Hi, I'm Tim,
And I'm Seth.
and we're a part of Guaranteed Adventures podcast, where the stories might change, but the adventure is guaranteed.
We are a group of 5 that play family-friendly adventures using different tabletop role-playing game systems. Each adventure is run by a different member of the group.
From westerns to fantasies, the adventures cover a variety of genres. We release weekly, and our mini-series will never be more than 12 episodes.
Our first adventure is a fantasy western called Rattlestead. Follow the Saltpeter Boys as they run from a marshal, discover the truth of who betrayed them, and decide what kind of men they want to be, getting into all sorts of shenanigans along the way. Rattlestead uses Tiny Dungeon 2nd Edition by Gallant Knight Games, which is an elegantly streamlined tabletop RPG.
Our next adventure, Maplewood, takes place in the Humblewood campaign setting released by Hit Point Press. It follows the Order of the Maple, a group of animals given the task to find a connection between the Scorched Grove and the power of a creation deity. We will use D&D 5e for Maplewood, with some elements unique to the Humblewood setting.
Rattlestead is available in its entirety right now. Maplewood will release every Monday beginning March 13th, and you can listen to us through any major podcast platform.
For updates and more information, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at GU AdventurePod. We look forward to having you join us on our adventures.
You are listening to Tomes of the Chaos Bard.
Looks like they're gonna take on these bandits tonight. I hope they are prepared for what's inside. These bandits are a lot tougher than the last ones they faced. Oh, golly gee, Willikers, they're moving so slow. I'm dying with anticipation.
Why don't you blow them off the cliff like you did me?
Quill, you're back. Well, I can't blow them down. They don't bounce back like you do.
Well, as I see it, they won't bounce back, as you say, if they enter those mines. Even with 7 of them, they can't match 25 well-armored thugs.
You may be right. Good thing I gathered some of this.
My ashes? What are you doing with my ashes?
Giving them an edge, of course. Can you remind me why I make ink out of your ashes?
That if one of your tomes is damaged or destroyed, they will be restored. Given time.
Correct, my newly plumed friend. So, I'm thinking maybe we see how it works on these mortal creatures,
My guess it would give them some kind of regenerative powers. Or they would go up in flames.
Oh, that's a good one, Quill. And very fitting as well.
How so?
Well, let's just say that our story is heating up. Will our heroes handle the heat? Or will they get burned in Chapter 54? Come, ye little bandits. Welcome, Tomies, to Tomes of the Chaos Bard. My name is DM Dave, and to the left, we have...
Henley.
Woodrow.
Groth and Lila.
Roscoe.
And Fenrir.
All right, so last time, the group has made a new friend, Emery, a dragonborn werebear?
Yay.
Confusion is all around. How can such a creature be friendly? In control of her monstrous side? Well, some of the group seem to think so. Lila and Grotha sure do. And they let Emery head back to the Hollow to see if she can save Vorast, her father, from the were disease fate. And to deliver a long overdue letter to Willow. The group then heads out, back on the mission to save Bellerin, Rochelle, and of course, Mendrick.
Boo.
During the travels, Fenrir has noticed that they are being followed by what or who. They make it to the mines late at night. Henley sneaks down and finds out information about a possible mole in the hollow, Slicky Ricky, and that many of the miners have barricaded themselves behind a large steel door inside. While she was gone, Roscoe wills and deals with our favorite salesman. She then returns to the group, and they decide that now is the time to strike. Okay, one little housekeeping thing that we need to cover is we found out that Henley and Roscoe already unlocked level 1 on their rings. So we had to do some renegotiating here. And we decided that the deal with Swindle is that Roscoe unlocked level 2. So he has message. And he got an extra health potion with that as well. So now he's got a total of 3 that he received from Swindell. And Henley decided to pay the extra 25 to unlock message as well. So she's a level 2, Roscoe's a level 2, Finner's at level 1, and Boudreaux and Lila, they just have jewelry. It's pretty much what they got.
And now, just to clarify, I can only message with other level 2ers, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
I still need to adjust it because I am going to adjust the capability of message since it's only with one or the other. That I think I'm going to upgrade the footage of it because generally message is just 120 feet. And I'm thinking about making it about 300 feet instead.
Do it.
Okay. It's done then.
Do they still have to be in eyesight?
I would, as long as...
They're wearing the ring.
I think as long as they're wearing the ring, I think it's like a glorified walkie-talkie. I'm pretty much going to use it as. You can talk between each other. All right. So you guys are now climbing down the cliff face. It was about 80 feet. I'm not going to have you guys roll anything just because you guys know you need to be quiet. You guys need to make your way down. And you're being as careful as can be. You guys get down there. It takes probably about 45 minutes for everybody to make it down. Because, of course, you don't all want to use the same rope. Hurla does get herself down. She uses her crossbows to kind of ease her way down of it. She attaches this little attachment that has rope on it and eases her way down the cliff edge.
Is that like the grappling hooks from the Phantom Menace?
Yeah.
Beautiful. I want one.
No, from Batman.
One's cooler than the other, let's just say that.
We both know that the boys which one prefer.
We'll leave up to the listeners. But
Use your imagination.
Choose wisely.
And as you guys start sneaking your way towards the bandits, you guys climb down the rocky edge and you're all together now down below. You all start sneaking along to get closer to the bad guys, to the bandits. All of a sudden, you feel something fall upon you. It seems like ash from a fire. As it touches your skin, it glows red hot and disappears under your skin. You feel a pleasant warmth go through your body. Ooh, like taking a pee that you've been holding for hours.
Ew. Why'd you have to do that descriptor?
At the time, that's all I could think about.
But you know what?
Guess what I had to do? And just as sudden as that feeling came, it vanishes. I am now going to introduce a new mechanic to my players here. This is called Chaos Points. So, each one of you are going to have 3 Chaos Points. What these are is they give you a +1 for every point you use. You can only use one at a time for any kind of dice roll. The dice roll that you can use it on is attacks, saves, or skill checks. You cannot use them on damage rolls, initiatives, or dice offs. As I mentioned, you can only use 1 point at a time. So if you roll a 16, we'll say, you can just add 1 to it. But that's not all you can do with it. You can also help an ally. So if that ally uses theirs and they're not quite there, you can give 1 to that ally. However, only 1 ally can help a friend.
So we can't stack 6 extra points on
Correct.
on Fenny over here.
Correct. These are going to kind of help. They're like, think of them as mini DM inspiration points. So if they're not quite up to the DM inspiration advantage die, these are like little things that I can give to you here and there. With this
That
being
Saulum gives to them.
pretty much Saulum's given to them. That's why they're chaos points.
Checkpoint.
Check. Yes.
Do these replenish, or is it just 3 and then you're done?
Yes, they do replenish. And so as you guys use them, I will give you more. Like I said, they're like mini DM inspiration things that as you guys do unique, clever things, these are easy things that I can reward you that aren't to that caliber of, that was amazing, here's a DM.
So they're midway between inspiration.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Do they disappear? Like
No.
a certain time limit?
No.
No.
You
And-
have them, a max of 3.
Can we only have 3 at a time, or can we have more?
Nope, 3 is max. 3 is the max. So if you don't use them, I can't give them to you.
So before you do something cool, use your points so that you can get something cool back.
Or if you have a really big spell that you really need to hit.
Right. Because these are new, because this is a new mechanic that I'm trying out, I am holding rights to change it if we need to later on. If I need to like bump it up that you can use more, we can, and different scenarios. As we come to certain situations, we may have to discuss whether they can be used at that point or not. The big thing is, if I already said the fate of what happened, you can't add it. But before, you can.
For the record, I thought we broke an alarm, so this is good.
Yeah. Nope.
We set off a trap.
I was like, it's
There's-
going to go under our skin and it's going to start burning. But
I know it's exactly
It's
what I
like,
was like.
I'm
do I
pretty
need
sure
to,
the
like,
scarecrows
wipe it
were on
off?
the other entrance. Why we came to this one.
Okay. As you guys are sneaking up, though, you will need to roll me some stealth checks.
Here we go.
And we're at nighttime,
I'm
right?
using.
Yes. Oh, advantage. Thank you. I was going to give you guys advantage because it's nighttime.
Thank you, because I was about to use my lucky stone. Wow, much better.
Okay. Henley.
19 plus 7.
Okay. Good.
12.
12.
19.
Good.
9.
9. Okay.
21.
21. Okay.
Wow.
Wow. Well, Roscoe got the lowest.
Do we need to roll for Kath and Hurla?
I did roll for them.
Okay.
They succeeded as well.
Woohoo!
Because these ones are kind of group things. So everybody passed. Okay. How close are you guys? Okay. I guess let's discuss the plan. You guys are sneaking up on them. What is it that you guys want to do? There's 2. There's Biggs and Wedge sitting out front. And they seem pretty big, burly men.
For the record,
Yeah.
I don't know that I can harm these 2.
Word.
So, so how far away are we at this point?
As of right now, you're probably about 80 feet away.
Okay. And they just switched, right?
Correct.
Okay.
While Henley was down there investigating, that's when they did the switch.
I, as Henley, have a suggestion. What if we used one of your boom arrows and then drew everybody out, but then they would have to come out in a funnel because we could block the front, so we wouldn't. Because in the cave, we could easily get surrounded by bad guys.
And I can put like my thorns out on the ground so they have to pass by it, and it makes them hurt. Yeah.
Yes.
I got a big axe.
But I would like, let's take out, I'm not going to do it with both the guards. because I don't want. The more we can eliminate now, then so let's take out one of the guards, and then I'll use it on the second guard, so we only have one guard to worry about while everyone is coming out. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. So maybe Fenrir and I can, and Hurla can pew pew.
I mean, I
from
can,
a distance.
I can pew pew too.
And you.
Pretty much everybody but me, let's be honest.
And Kath.
She's like, I can lob my axe from here.
Ching, ching, ching.
Cats
I can
just
play
could just
cornhole
fool
with my
you.
axe.
So, yeah, I think that's a good idea, though. Try and draw them out, and we can kind of take out as many as we can from the cave. However,
hedge
it
'em
would
up.
also eliminate any sort of element of surprise of us going into the cave. Whereas if we
True.
go into the cave and we're picking them off 2 or 3 at a time, so it's a good idea, but there is the opposite side of that, is that element of surprise will be gone.
What do you think? You're leader.
I think if we can eliminate these two fast enough, let's at least get into the cave quietly. And then if we get to a point further in where we know we're about to get somewhere where we can draw them out, we can do it from there.
I'm just worried about them surrounding us.
Yeah.
Because they have numbers on their side.
No, I agree. But I also, I just worry about if we pull all 25 out right now, are we going to win that battle?
Yeah.
But if we can get in and we can eliminate 2 or 3 here and 2 or 3 there, and then we get to that point where we know if we turn left, they can come up from the right. If we come to a fork or something, find a way to draw them there where we know we've got a solid lane behind us to escape.
I can make creepy whispers. Make them go somewhere else,
Creepy whispers are good.
Yeah.
I do have my fog cloud spell if we need to get away.
See, so I think
I have an orc.
let's.
Boudreaux giggles and elbows you. He's like,
Keth just goes,
Let's get into
Heard
the
my name.
let's get into the cave quietly and kind of get a better idea of what we're dealing with inside, and then if we find a good strong standpoint where we can draw them and we know we've got our exit covered as well as we've got an advantage or whatever, then we can draw them through that way.
okay.
Is that reasonable? Go team.
Yep.
So Fenrir and I take the guard on the right, and Roscoe and Hurla take the guard on the left.
Yeah, that works for me.
Okay. Make your...
Am I going after Biggs or Wedge? This is important.
Okay, you'll go after Wedge.
And we're going after Biggs. Okay. Roll to attack. Because I should be able to hit him from here. I have 150 range.
Well, you said we were
600 at disadvantage.
80 feet, so...
It should all be advantage. Okay, so...
Is this that advantage?
No.
Okay.
Or it'll be... I'd say give it advantage just because they have torches out there they can see, but they can't see you, and you have time to aim.
Okay. My first roll was way better. That was 22 to hit.
And
for
Hurla's
Henley.
attacking too, right?
Yeah.
Me and Hurla are going after Wedge.
On the left. Henley and Fenrir are going after Biggs on the right. Yes, max damage. Whew.
Hurla does have to sneak up a little bit more so she can get a better shot, which she passes. They don't seem to notice her. All right, those 4 Biggs, which was... Henley, what'd you get?
22.
Okay, that hits.
And 12 damage.
Nice. Fenrir.
Does a 18 hit
It does.
and 5 damage.
Okay, what'd you get at there, Roscoe?
22
Okay, that's a hit.
for 9 damage.
And I will say that I almost misjudged my bolt getting it in, but because of advantage, I did not.
That was 9 damage, right, Roscoe?
Yeah.
He was just thinking of Selenor and it slipped. It's fine.
So you see 2 small bolts. They go stray, but 2 of them hit with a wedge there. And Biggs gets nailed with arrows. And they kind of fall back against the rocks and they go, ow! What was that? We're under attack! We're under attack! Okay.
Well, so much for surprise.
Didn't kill him. Not enough damage. Okay.
Can we ready another shot?
Yeah.
Roll initiative. And we're going to roll group initiative.
Oh, right. I just had an idea, but it's too late. I should have commanded them to be quiet.
Be quiet.
Silence!
Silence! Silencio!
And then you should have followed
Okay,
up with
I rolled a 5.
I'll roll first and we'll go around the table.
6.
Okay. You guys are first.
Yes.
So, what do you do?
I want to ask Keth if I can ride on his shoulders.
Okay. He holds down his hand and
I run up.
helps you up on the shoulders, and we go.
We go!
Okay, and he dashes, so he gets 20 feet up.
Yes!
Boudreaux, you said you wanted to go next.
Yeah. So, tell me, how far away am I from the entrance of the cave?
80 feet.
So I'm gonna go as close as I can to the entrance.
Okay.
25 feet closer. And then I'm gonna cast. I put my arms up and raise some scary-looking vines that look all thorny, but they're camouflage. So you tell me what they look like, honestly. And
Spell time.
this is spike growth. I've used it once before, but specially. So this is a concentration spell up to 10 minutes, and the ground in a 20-foot radius, centered on a point within range at the entrance.
As long as it's visible.
Yeah. Within range, twists and sprouts hard spikes and thorns. The area becomes difficult terrain for the duration. When a creature moves into or within the area, it takes 2d4 piercing damage for every 5 feet it travels. And the transformation of the ground is camouflaged to look natural. Any creature that can't see the area at the time the spell is cast must make a wisdom or perception check against your spell save DC to recognize the terrain as hazardous before entering it.
Okay. And what's your spell DC?
I don't know.
15.
Just to clarify, you're doing it from the entrance inward, right?
Yeah.
From the mouth that actually goes in a circle. So it would hit the platform of it as well.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine.
So Boudreaux's spell did spike growth. Keth and Lila are running up. Let's get our ranged attacks.
Okay, Henley rolled a modded 20 to hit, and I'm also moving 30 feet with my movement.
Okay, I'll have you guys keep track of where you guys are located.
Okay,
So you're
50 feet
50
away.
feet away. Boudreaux, you're 55 feet away. Or, yeah, getting to those points. Okay, so Henley, you do hit. You're shooting at
And
the same
10
guy.
damage.
Same guy, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Biggs.
Okay, Roscoe,
He's still up?
still up.
Oh gosh, we're gonna die.
18 to hit.
Okay, that's a hit. I did say these guys were bigger guys.
7 damage.
7 damage. Okay. Fenrir,
I'm going after Biggs and does a 21 hit.
going after Biggs? That's right, you were after
Yes,
Biggs.
I'm after Biggs.
That's right. Yes, 21 hits.
And 4 damage.
Okay, you see Biggs collapse on that one.
I also said no. Sorry, I was going to move just up 25 feet.
Oh,
Okay.
agreed. Same thing.
Okay, so you're moving your full length, Fenrir.
So yeah, I'm going to be 45 feet away.
Okay. And Roscoe is 55 feet away.
Correct. Yep.
Perla takes a shot, misses once, hits with the other. Go. Poor damage.
Do I still get my action this time? Or
Yes.
no, because I'm moving. Okay.
Yes, you'll be able to get there. We'll have you last here.
No, that's fine.
So Wedge is still up, but he's in very much pain.
Lots of bolts sticking out of him.
Lots of bolts sticking out of him. Okay. Keth does the running. Lila, what do you do? You're about 20 feet away from him now.
I want to use one of my javelins,
Okay.
and I'm going to throw it.
Throw it away.
No, I don't hit anything. That's a 2.
Oh, I didn't mean literally.
Just getting used to riding Kath into battle.
Yeah,
a little
yeah,
bit,
it's
okay?
weird. It's weird, guys.
Practice
he
shot.
stumbles a little bit. Ugh.
just as he stumbles, I'm going to throw it.
You like hit
Yeah,
him with
no.
the stick as you pull it out.
Whack.
Uses it as a toothpick.
Yeah, so that would only be a 9 total.
Yeah, that one's a miss.
Pick his nose a little bit.
Okay. It is now the bandit's turn. Okay, you see Wedge. He's seeing all these moving things coming towards him. He doesn't see details, but he does tell something's coming, of course. He has bolts and arrows inside of him as well. He goes around and starts running in. Yes. What is your thorn damage?
Oh, I was like, why are you pointing at me? I'm scared. Okay, sorry.
Know your role.
Does he know it's there?
I think he's too panicked to really
to even roll for it.
Yeah. He's on survival mode right now.
Sweet.
And you see him collapse. But you do hear a bunch of commotion coming out. It takes them a minute. So we're going to roll initiative again. Just beat a 2.
6.
Yep.
Boom.
Okay, you guys are up again. You guys hear a lot of commotion, especially Lila and Garotha. You guys are closer in. You guys can see that there seems to be about 4 torches coming towards you.
Can we tell kind of roughly how far in they are?
They seem to be about 40, let's go 30 feet. And this cave entrance, just a reminder, is about a 10 by 10 opening. So it's pretty big.
Can we tell, like, does it curve right inside the door? Is it pretty straight going in for a little bit?
Lila and Garotha would be able to tell that they came, 2 came from it looked like came from a left side, and 2 came from the right side. So it almost seems like it forks down about 40 feet in. But they are now 30 feet away from the entrance.
So with my minor illusion, it says that I can create sounds or like a smaller object. Can I create an image of like a halfling or a gnome that's like, I don't know, 20 feet into the cave right there? Because it's a smaller creature, technically.
I would say yeah.
Yes.
I think that's all right.
I also want to like let them know, kind of signal them that what I saw, like
Okay.
them coming down.
Okay.
That's okay.
Mhm.
Can I like let them know what I see? Did you tell me a number that I could see so far?
4.
4 of them so far.
At least 4
So-
torches coming, which
so-
you can see about 4 people,
Awesome.
and they seem pretty armed.
So I want to relay the information to you guys, and then I think we should decide from there after that what's happening. Does that work?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
right.
Is there anything around that we could take cover?
There's some large boulders and
Any
stuff you
boulders
could.
and stuff that
Yep.
I could duck behind?
Yeah, and there's some smaller trees and bushes and stuff you could hide behind as well.
Can I climb up one?
The trees wouldn't be
Okay.
quite big enough
Not
for.
big enough for me to climb.
Yeah.
They're more like large bushes.
So I think at that point, having heard the information from Garotha, kind of what's going on, Ross was going to say, I think we've got some people coming up the tunnel, and we don't want to completely reveal our numbers quite yet. So I think Fenrir, Henley, and Hurla should go hide behind trees or rocks and kind of shoot from a distance. I'll stay up here with these guys, and we'll kind of, be the face of the fight, and that way maybe they only think there's the 3 of us. They can focus on us a little bit. You guys can peg them from
What's good right
Boudreaux can do whatever Boudreaux wants.
Boudreaux can heal if anyone gets severely damaged and or hide behind a bush so that he can maintain concentration on his spikes.
Oh, that's true.
I was just gonna shoot someone, but yeah, okay.
I mean, you can shoot someone as well from behind a bush or a tree.
I am the bush.
But
You see
if we keep
Boudreaux in a bush.
Is that like you're like the barrel there?
No, I'm a sagebrush, and so I'll like roll around.
A tumbleweed.
Yeah, sorry. And then I'll just occasionally pop out and there'll be an arrow like.
Rolling. Keep that Boudreaux rolling. Roll back.
And then at that point, so that's what I'm going to suggest. And then I'm going to actually put my bow away and pull out my glaive so that I can be more damageable. I'm going to move closer to the point where because I'm just outside of the range of the thorns.
Okay.
I am going behind a rock or a bush to not be seen, which will probably maybe take 10 feet of my movement. I don't know.
Did we know that the thorns were there?
You would have to roll unless Boudreaux
No, it
shouts,
says the people that saw it know it's there.
and saw it being laid there.
Yeah.
Okay. I imagine it being like a shimmer on the ground and then
Also assume at the
camouflaged
point
into
where we saw Wedge going back in and dying,
Yeah.
that Boudreaux would have said something like, "That's me."
I would have probably recognized it. What are you doing, guys?
Or like, I recognize those spikes. Bad memories.
I know that.
All right, so everybody's readying their action
Yes.
to attack with their
Yes.
arrows.
Question.
Yes.
Yes.
Actually, are they within 60 feet, or will they be, or like what's the?
Right now, you're 50 feet away. If they come out to where Wedge and Biggs were standing, then yes, they would be within 60 feet.
Then I'm gonna ready a spell.
Okay, is it going to affect your concentration on
It's
the thorn spikes?
instantaneous.
Okay,
Cool.
just wanted to make sure.
I'm gonna
Also, is there any boulders within 20 feet of the cave?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to hide behind one of those boulders so that when I'm 30 feet
Okay.
from the entrance, so I can use my extra damage.
Okay. And it's the first person you're shooting at.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
And I'm gonna lean down to Kath and whisper as Lila's like, "Watch this." And that's when my little person's gonna pop up.
Perfect. Okay. So you guys have, Lila Garata, you have placed the little halfling there in a fighting stance. Everybody else is taking cover, getting ready to shoot once people come.
Welcome to Tomes of the Chaos Bard mid-show break. I'm your host, Rupert Bumpkin, from the Rocky Talkie Gnome Radio Network. First item of business is the 5-star reviews. Remember that Saulum will give you a shout-out and read your review on Saulum's column. Then he will review your review. It's great fun. Second is the Ko-Fi. This is our Patreon merchandise store. You can purchase keychains, coloring pages, and MP3s of our songs. You can also commission to feed the cast, or write a letter to Dear Boudreaux. If you are interested in becoming a patron, there are 3 tiers, each with varying rewards, including a full post show, DM Dave's deep dives, and coloring activity book with exclusive art. Go to ko-fi.com/Tomes of the Chaos Bard. That is Ko-Fi, ko-fi.com/Tomes of the Chaos Bard, and help us grow. And last but not least, the biggest way you can help us is share us with your friends and family. That is all, folks. Back to the show.
People come. Keth saw the things and he kind of hesitated and stuff, and he doesn't know what it is, but he does talk to you, Lila. And he's like, "What was that?"
Magical pokey pokes. Don't get into it. No.
Magical pokey pokes.
I'm just gonna say, thorns. That really hurt. Don't go in there.
You would know from experience.
I would know from experience.
You could say it's a
How?
touchy subject.
Where's the geese when you need them?
Hurley shoots it.
Hey,
We're having geese
just
tonight.
right on point, okay? Leave it be.
Right on point. I know.
It was funny.
That was another pun.
That was the point. It was sharp.
Anyway.
Okay. So you see these people start running out. They just saw Wedge collapse at the beginning of the tunnel. You see them start slowing down, and you hear muffles. You don't hear any conversations. Well, they would probably see Keth there, because he's pretty big, kind of standing outside.
They
Well,
also,
it's-
they
I-
also see the halfling.
They do see the halfling there too, Wedge down on the ground, dead.
Ooh, can he be positioned? Can he be positioned, the little halfling? Can he be positioned by Wedge?
Yeah, that'll
Okay.
be fine.
Let's do that.
And you see them. They had to make a perception check.
A wisdom or perception check against the spell's DC.
Okay, you see like two of them just start darting off
Like, to the vines?
to the little halfling there, and you hear one of them from behind is like, "Stop, you fools! Look at the ground!" And they kind of look down at the ground and they're just like, "Fall back! If they want in here, they can come in here themselves. Do you hear me out there? I don't know how many of there are of you, but we got about 25 guys in here. You better just move on."
That's 23.
Please say the guy laughs like that, too. He's like,
Cass definitely laughs.
He doesn't understand what's going on.
I tell him for sure. Like translating.
What is it that you want?
You to die.
I was like, so I'm gonna be like, we're here for the miners.
You want them released?
That would be ideal.
Well, they're kind of being held until we get our demands met.
And what are your demands?
The demands is the deed waiting for Joanna to show up with the deed to her enterprise.
give him a fake one.
Don't do it.
I have a counter proposal.
We don't kill you.
You give us the miners, and we'll let you leave.
We're quite comfortable in here. And I think the miners are quite comfortable in here as well. And since you decided to take out 2 of my men, I think I'm going to go take out 2 of the miners.
How far away is he?
He is probably about 30 feet into the cave.
Can I throw a hand axe?
You sure can.
Cool.
He does have 2 people standing in front of him, the 2 that were running out.
What about all of our prepared attacks?
They're not in. You
They're
can't
still in
see
the
them.
cave.
In the cave.
Okay.
Yeah, because your trigger was once they came out.
And we can't see them at all, right?
No.
We just hear them.
And we're
Unless you
30
were-
feet away, so we probably only hear, like, echoes or mumbling.
And to get to cover, you guys kind of had to go to the sides and stuff.
Can I hit him?
Yep.
Or do I have to hit somebody in front of him?
There's 2 people in front of him. I'd say you got a good enough shot. He's
Okay.
about 30. Well, you're still 20 feet outside the cave, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's about 50 feet away from you.
That's fine.
Okay.
I'd have to roll a disadvantage though, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
Quick question. Henley did find out that all the miners that are still alive are behind a steel door, so he's bluffing. Am I in talking Roscoe, message. I message you and
Okay, this axe is, the hand
We'll
axe
pause
is
it.
being thrown.
That's fine.
Okay.
It's a non-natural 20.
Okay, that's a hit.
Okay, and now
Even
I
a
have to-
disadvantage. Nice.
yeah, if it was a regular one, it would have been 27. So, that's 1. That's max damage. It's 11.
Ka-thunk. While Lila Garotha throws
this
that
axe is
axe.
My ring starts vibrating.
Yes. Henley here.
Did you push a button on the bottom or something?
Click it with your
I was
thumb.
like,
Boom.
I overheard the guards that all the surviving miners are behind a steel door. He's bluffing.
Excellent.
And thunk. Ow.
Thunk, ow. Where's it hit him?
It probably hits him in the thigh, we'll say.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay, Men, get everybody. We're going to go kill all the miners now. You three stay here. I'm going.
And I can't see him at all.
Like, would your name happen to be Cloth Dez?
He doesn't answer and goes in.
What a hoe.
You should have yelled, I know you're bluffing!
Okay. Lila, you still see 3 guys there, and they seem to slowly be backing up, keeping an eye on the entrance. What do you guys do?
I need the vines to come down at some point. That'd be great.
But my second level spell.
Okay.
So at this point, I'm probably going to turn back to everyone now that they've they're retreating a little bit. Most of their group's left, and they've just got the 3 of them that are casually backing up and stuff. So I'll probably message Henley, so I'm not yelling to everyone and throwing things off. They're going to attempt to kill the miners. I know they're behind that door, he said, but at this point, I think they're going to do everything they can to try and get through it. So we probably...
But when I overheard them, they said they had done everything they could to get through the door.
Well, now they're really angry, though.
Maybe we can trap them there?
It's a possibility.
Well, we kill the ones that are left there and then follow them?
Yeah, that's probably going to be the best bet. Which means, you guys can come out. You want to round everyone up, and Boudreaux needs to de-spikeify this area.
Can I taunt the ones in there?
Yeah.
Saying, what are you, chicken?
Because he never hid, by the way.
Scared of something? Come get us.
You should tell them there's only so many of us. Like, there's only 3 of us or whatever.
I'm just going to leave it at that. Because there's a big orc that's going to have to, I don't know what they are. What are they? What do they look like?
It's too far away to really tell.
But they're not as big as an orc.
Oh, no. They're
Okay.
not as big as an orc, no.
So that would still probably scares people, just
Orc
saying.
alone probably scares them a little bit.
Henley, you should put a light down there, because if I can see them, I can just come.
They do have torches. You just have to get closer in order to
Well, he
see
never
them
hid.
better.
Oh, well, yeah, I never hid. So,
But you didn't say you moved closer.
okay. So if I move closer, I can command them to move forward.
Yes, do it.
So,
What word are you going to use?
March.
March where?
come.
Okay.
Come in,
Come,
my children.
little bandits, I'll take you away.
Into a land of Spike Grove.
And he's doing a ballerina dance.
Okay, what is the
He's doing
one
some
word
free rock.
command? That just come?
So he'll move forward, and then he'll say,
Onward.
come.
Okay,
Or just
they have to roll. It's only to one of them, right? It's not multiple.
Let me check.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's only
Because
to
this is also another second level spell. So,
Okay. You,
Spell time.
okay, you look that up. You look that up on what it does. What are
I
you
would say
two?
at this point,
Fenrir?
I want to try to move as close to the entrance as I can to see them by trying to maintain cover if I can. If I can't, then so be it, and I want to take my shot.
Okay. So you're just going to get in range to shoot.
Yep.
Henley?
I will follow behind Fenrir, but I'm not getting in to shoot because I don't want them to know how many of us there are.
Okay. Roscoe?
I mean, I'm just waiting at this point because I'm right at the edge of the shimmer. So I'm ready to go in, but I'm not going to go in until the shimmer is de-shimmering.
Okay. Boudreaux, back to you.
I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to put him down. So I'm going to take my spikes down.
Okay. You see the shimmer disappear. Fenrir, go ahead and take your shot.
Does a 23 hit?
It does.
For 7 damage.
Okay. You hit one, but they're still standing.
Keth's gonna move forward at that point. Like,
Yep.
Let's go.
Keth is charging in. He can't quite reach them unless he dashes, but he's not ready to dash.
does the opening, is it tall enough for him
Yeah,
to get
it's
in?
tall
Okay.
enough for him. He's not over 10
How
feet.
many-
I didn't know if I needed to get down.
As far as the opening goes and the tunnel and stuff, is it like how many people shoulder to shoulder could go down?
If you wanted to get tight with not a lot of room to attack, probably about 4 of them.
Okay.
You could fit 4, but that's shoulder to shoulder kind of.
Right. So if we went in
Because it's
2
about
by
10 foot
2s,
wide.
though,
2 and 2 would be fine.
would be all right. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to walk up with Kath, and I'll
Okay.
just stay at his side, but stay ready to go.
Well, you can share the same space as Keth too, so.
I can't share the same space because I'm a munchkin.
Right. You can. Lylan necessarily can't. Well, now that you're on the shoulders, you
can.
are. Right. But it is, you have to duck.
I have to duck.
yeah.
Okay. Well, I was kind of hunched over anyways.
You do have to hunch down a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. Let's roll another initiative.
Group
D6.
deckies.
2 again.
Yeah, 6.
Dang it. Okay.
That's 3 6s, guys.
Hope we're not using all our good luck on initiative.
Right. Real right.
All right. What do you guys do? And as you guys are entering, you can hear that guy that you hit with the axe just going down,
Does
and
he
you
still
just
have my
see him.
axe or did my axe fall?
He took it out.
Okay.
Took it out of his leg. But you hear him just yelling alarm as he's going down.
So where are we? I mean,
So you are now from the cave entrance all the way down. There's about 40 feet before the cave
Okay.
splits, forks off, one to the left, one to the right. You are now about 20 feet in, so there's 20 feet before it forks.
Okay.
Those bandits are probably about 10 feet away from the forks, making you guys 10 feet.
okay.
Which
away from
fork
them.
did he go down?
He went down the left one.
Okay. Can I use my whip or do we have to get off to use my whip?
You'd probably have to get down to
That's
use
what
your
I
weapon.
wanted.
To do much of any combat at this point if you're hunched over.
Okay. So, what is the order for you guys this round?
I like the middle.
I'll probably go first.
Okay.
Then
Me and then
Keth,
Kath,
Lila.
and then Lila, Grotha.
That's fine.
Boudreaux.
Oh, I can be getting. I want to get down, so I can use my movement
Correct.
Right.
to do that, and then Keth has a little bit more. If that's okay. In this scenario, can I use my movement separate from my action? Like, can we do them at 2 separate times? Or do
Yeah.
you have to do it? Okay.
Yeah. Just
and then it would probably be Fenrir, right? Next.
okay.
Is it-
So far I have Roscoe, Keth, Lila, then Fenrir.
That works. Is it an action to loot a body?
Yeah, it would.
We'll do
You
that
can
in a
if you
second.
want.
Okay, Boudreaux.
Boudreaux.
Then probably Henley. I don't know what Henley's gonna do yet, but
Is Boudreaux
Henley, and
freaking
then
out
we'll
yet?
add Hurla at the end.
Boudreaux's probably freaking out now.
Okay. Roscoe, what
So-
are you doing?
I just want to clarify one thing, make sure that because it's been a minute since I've used this. The opportunity attack. When you are wielding a glaive, blah, 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 or other creatures provoke an opportunity attack from you when they enter your reach. Does that mean if I approach them as well, or is it just if they approach me?
Approach you.
Okay. Cheers. That's all I needed.
Okay.
So I'm going to go towards the guy that's been shot already,
Okay.
and I am going to attack him with my glaive.
Go for it.
It's 1d10 plus 4. Oh, I need the 20 first. Hold on. That is an 18 to hit.
That is a hit.
That is 4 damage.
Ooh.
Okay, you see him go down.
Oh, is the 0 a 10?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me rephrase that. That is 14 damage.
Still. It's still dead.
It's a lot more though.
Why would they add a 0 to this dice? It's so dumb.
Sorry, I'm tired. But it's 14 damage, sir.
Okay. That's a little better.
Only a little bit. Only a little bit.
Okay. We'll move on to...
Did you say he
He's down.
Bleh.
Yeah, he died. Keth runs up, and he takes a swing at one of them. Oh, yeah, that guy's destroyed. He rolled a natural 20. But Keth has another move. Oh, yeah. He rolled really high on that one, too. So we're going to say that Keth took like a golf swing, and he hit the first one, knocking it into the next one, and pinning them both against the wall.
Can I give him a high five?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And Booger's eyes just go wide, like, oh my
And I go, that's why I don't mess with orcs.
And you hear Hurla, that's why he's on our side.
I just go, yeah!
I think Booger's
You just hear that echo.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Booger's a little bit more scared of Lila, too.
Okay. As of right now, you hear a bunch of commotion coming down that left side.
like coming towards us?
Yeah,
Or just tell that there's noise down there?
there's noise going down
Okay.
there. Hearing a bunch of different voices. One voice saying, "Get your arms ready. Get your weapons.
I went ahead that way.
We have intruders."
I think we have one more person in front of us.
No,
still.
I thought he said there was 3 of them, and he knocked 2 of them out.
He killed 2 of them.
Oh,
he had
okay.
2 attacks.
And then-
Okay.
Keth has 2 attacks.
We did.
I would like to loot before we move on.
Okay,
You
you'll
do
have to
that.
wait till your next turn because you already did your action.
Okay, well, no, that's fine. I just wasn't sure how that was working.
Okay,
Oh, you're
yeah.
good.
And
I'm
so
a-
it's
I'm a
still,
dash.
not Henley.
Lila. Lila's
You
gonna
still have a
dash.
turn.
Well, so I'm a high five, and then I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
run. I'm gonna dash down that.
Okay, you start dashing down there, which is 60,
Be 50.
50.
Does Keth still have his movement?
He still does.
Does he follow her?
He'll follow.
Yeah, I'm in
but
charge.
he can't dash. So he's only 30 feet,
He's like 20 feet behind me.
20, yeah. What?
I think the moment Lila dashes, I think Booger is gonna like put his hand forward as if he was gonna stop her, and then it's obviously too late, and he just kind of like puts his hands down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you're still outside the cave too, right?
Okay.
So is Henley.
Yeah. I think the majority of you are still 25 feet outside. 20 feet outside.
Why do I have to be like this? I'm on an adrenaline rush right now, and super happy about being an orc, guys.
And I'm sure Garotha's just like, heck yeah, let's do this.
Definitely had a large push motivation to go down there.
Okay, so Lila, you start heading down there. You see, Garotha's familiar with these caves. Garotha knows that down the left, and this could change your thought of heading down that direction.
Okay.
Because this is information Garotha would know. Going left, you know that that's where they store the mining equipment and where the miners sleep. Going down the right side, you know that's where all the mine tunnels are. You are familiar with that big steel door down there. You know that there's a really old dwarf that was up here way before you guys came up here, and he's been kind of helping you guys find what veins are worth doing. Very grumpy, wants you kind of out of the mines, but because of previous agreements that he had with the previous adventures that were here, he's helping these people begrudgingly. The one kind of helping with that is a guy named Thorin Steelhammer, who is a good friend of Dracarys, kind of helping things stay in there. The old dwarf, his name is Melarin, and
Melarin and Bellerin, are they?
Melanor.
Oh, okay. I was like, are they brothers?
Melanor. And you know he's just a grumpy old coot. But he's made himself a home there, and that's why there's that steel door there.
Oh, gotcha.
And that's a ways away. So if that changes your plans,
But
that's okay.
the person that I shot, that I got they went down the left side.
Correct. Which all the commotion, you can guess that they maybe have stayed over there.
No, I'm still going to go down the left side because I want to go after that guy.
Perfect. You, with your 50 feet of movement, you are getting close to the first turnoff, which is where the mining supplies is. And that's where it's a well-lit room in that room. And that's where you hear a lot of the commotion.
Okay, can I back up against a wall once I get there?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Would he be familiar with that too, or just me?
Garotha would definitely be more familiar. I wouldn't imagine Roscoe went inside. He may have done some escorting from the hollow to the mines and back, but never really inside. Yes.
If it's outside of my turn, that's totally okay. But can I, as she has decided to run down the hall, message Henley and say she's running, come inside?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. You do have still about 15 feet of movement, if you would like to use that.
Yeah, I will just start making my way down that way as well.
Perfect. Boudreaux, your turn. Okay, you just saw Lila take off. You don't see her anymore.
Okay.
Roscoe follows behind. Keth follows behind. They took out the 3 bad guys there. Simple, easy peasy. They're no longer seen. That's what you see so far. You're 20 feet away from the entrance. What do you do?
I don't think he knows what to do.
Okay.
I think he might just kind of wait for...
Does he freeze and just wait?
Like, because the person ahead of me is Fenrir, right?
I would be moving forward into the cave,
Henley,
following after Lila.
Henley's following behind.
Yeah, I think...
Okay, and Hurla's there too. Are you guys dashing? You probably not.
I still don't know what's going on in the cave necessarily, so I'm not dashing.
But you did get the message from Roscoe.
Oh, you're right. Okay, I am dashing. And if Boudreaux is still in front of me, I am going to grab his hand and take him in.
Grab his hand or grab his beard?
No. My beard is a lot shorter.
It's more like grabbing his wrist, not holding hands. I'm grabbing...
I want to hold your hand.
No.
That's why he thinks she smells like roses.
No. I grab his wrist and just give him a tug in.
Yeah, so he'll run with you then.
Okay. Because of Boudreaux, he only can run 50 feet.
I will only go as fast as Boudreaux then, I think.
Okay. Hurla.
Buddy system.
Okay. Hurla sees you guys take off. She's right behind you guys. So, Lila, you're against the wall. And you're hearing lots of commotion going on. You hear kind of heavy footsteps coming. Goom, 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 goom. And out from around the corner, you see this just big, burly dwarf. Big old, like he's pretty big, tall for a dwarf. And he's pretty heavy. Roll me a perception check.
Nope, I crit fail.
Okay.
Of course I do, because I used that.
Because you used that.
I've only crit failed one other time in this entire podcast.
Okay. He seems to run past you, but he sees the Roscoe and the orc, Keth, and you see him just dart toward him. You see 2 more people come running by, and we'll save that for next time as we get recording. Okay, thank you guys for listening to Tomes of the Chaos Bard. Here we are. These next couple episodes are probably going to be battle heavy, so get ready for that, because I'm sure not.
I'm so excited!
We'd like to give a big shout out to D.A. Nichols for writing our songs and music here on Tomes of the Chaos Bard. If you would please check out her TTRPG, Shields of Power. It's there on drivethrurpg.com. It's a fun little adventure that you guys have and very entertaining. Another shout out to Monument Studios, freesound.org, Realmwalker, and Tabletop Audio for supplying extra sound effects and music. With that, I am DM Dave, and to the right I have
Fenrir.
Roscoe.
Lila and Garotha.
Boudreaux?
And Henley.
And until next time, we unroll the scroll to tell the tale. Bye. This is off record, but this is a fun. As you listen to it, I have a reason why this happened. So
It's Quill as he blew through the air and burned
No,
up.
I like Quill.
Well, he's not dead.
He's a phoenix feather. He regenerates.
but
Just
somebody
the feather, not the whole phoenix.
but somebody got a hold of the ashes.
Is Quill gonna come back with a new accent?
He's totally reborn.
Can he be Cajun?
Yeah. Could you do Cajun?
Weren't they eaten by a bug or something?
I was going to say she lost them all with the bugs.
I think it's true.
Are you that worried that somebody's gonna miss?
Hurla.
Me.
Erla knows better.
We could do that.
And it's a circle. Does it get the ceiling too? For creepy crawlies?
It's more of a flat,
Like goes up
No.
to
two-dimensional.
Are you sure? On this little circle on this thing.
It's a radius.
I'm just saying, because if there was a creepy spider, I want it dead too.
Is Boudreaux scared of spiders?
I don't know.
That's the reason he doesn't like caves.
Elsie is scared of spiders.
Oh, me too.
Okay, sorry. Move on to the next person.
Okay.